Hi all, welcome to the video. In this video, we are going to talk about BGP route policies, which we are going to use via cloud router. So it can be used with the VPN also or interconnect or your like part interconnect also. But in this, I am focusing basically with cloud router. So basically, BGP route policies let us set rules to filter BGP routes or modify BGP routes or attributes. So if you want to modify like how the routes will flow, or if you want to allow or deny system specific routes, we can use BGP route policies. So basically we can apply BGP route policy both inbound and outbound. So inbound incoming traffic and outgoing like outbound outgoing traffic, not traffic, we can say routes. And we use basically common expression language to define the BGP route policies. And also BGP route policies are not supported for like custom learned routes. So if you have some custom routes, or suppose you have VCP peering and you want to share that route to a different peer, so basically that is a custom route. So on that BGP route policies will not work. It is only work for basically subnet routes. And BGP route policies are defined in an ordered list of terms. So suppose in a route policy you have multiple terms and each have a different priority. So each term is like evaluated in the order you specify and include both a condition and a corresponding action. Like condition, what is the condition, like match specific traffic, like I want to match like 192.168 1.0/24. And what will the action can be deny, accept, or next action. We will see in the demo. And a particular BGP route policy can be applied in only one direction, whether inbound or outbound. So if you want to apply in both direction, inbound and outbound, so you have to create multiple policies. And it will be like inbound for learn routes. So if you're learning some routes from other ends, so it can be like of inbound. And if you're advertising some routes, it will be outbound. So we cannot use both like simultaneously. Where we have to use one, like for inbound we have to create import policy, and for outbound we have to create export policy. And but BGP route policies can be applied to multiple BGP pairs on the cloud router. So that is the main thing. You don't have to create a different policy for each pair. You can use the same policy for multiple BGP pairs. And what will the use cases? So basically BGP route policy help us to control like which route will be accepted, rejected, or modified, and before BGP routes are advertised to other BGP peers or imported to the VPC routing table. So if you are advertising, so before advertising, you can change like what you want to advertise, and even if you are learning the BGP routes, you can do changes like how you want to learn. If you want to drop any specific traffic, that all the options we have. So the first option which we have, modifying the best preferred BGP route. So we can use route policies to most like modify the best preferred BGP route. So that can be helpful for influencing path that traffic takes for network. So like for example, we can use the BGP route policy to help ensure like BGP routes from a particular peer are preferred over the BGP routes like over other BGP route by changing the BGP MED attributes. So basically MED is like multi-exit discriminator. So if you increase the MED value, so that another path will be less preferred. And the like if you have two routes and on one route there is 100, another route is on both are the same as of now. And if you want to make one path preferred over another, you can increase the MED value on the another one which you don't want to be preferred. So you can make it 200, 300, and the which one is 100 will be preferred one for you. And we can even like filter unwanted paths, like we can use BGP route policies to filter prefixes within a subnet, or you have some routes which you want to drop. That is also option we have. And even we can do traffic engineering goals. So we can use BGP route policies to meet specific traffic engineering goals, like we can influence traffic distribution, like we can prepend one or more values to a router AS path. So yes, we know AS path. We have like each router has a AS path. Like if you create a cloud router, you have to give a ASN number. So that is 64512. Suppose I am giving an example. So if you want like one specific your like peer will be less preferred over another peer, you can use this traffic engineering, in which you will prepend more values, one or more values into AS path. So you can type like 64512 4 times, and so it will be less preferred but I have tried in GCP between two VPC network. It doesn't work for me. Maybe it will work for on-prem, but I don't have on-prem option. But you can check it out. Or I will try to do the same demo between AWS and GCP also to check whether it works or not. If it works, I will create a video on that also. So let's see how BGP routes policies are applied. We have talked so much of policies. So you can like this is an example for that. So before let's do some theory also. So we apply route BGP route policies to BGP configuration on a cloud router. So basically on a cloud router we create this route policies and each BGP peer has zero or more import or export policy applied to it. So you have an option like you don't have to apply any policy. If you want to apply, you can apply. If you don't apply to any of BGP session, it will not work. The policy will be there, but it will not take any effect. And import route policies apply to inbound routes, as I've told you, and export will apply to outbound routes. So there are some general rules. So let's see. So BGP route policy are evaluated in the order that you list. So suppose this is my policy 1, policy 2, and policy 3, 4, 5, 6. You can take anything. So first of all, it will evaluate policy 1, then policy 2, then policy 3, and at end it will like your traffic or your route will be passed. And terms in each route policies are evaluated in the order of specified priority. So these are terms. So in a policy, you have created multiple terms like I want to allow this traffic, I want to change MED of that and all. So first of all, it will come to this term. It will check whether it will accept, reject, or it have to go to next policy. The same on the term or two also term three, term four. Once it completed all the terms, it will move to next policy. It will be also possible that it will accept it all at the first term only, and it will not check any other policy. Next, like terms can modify BGP routes, and a subsequent term can modify BGP, and a subsequent term can modify a BGP route made by a previous term. So suppose this term has modified your route, it has added like a new MED or something, and this term a modified route will come. So it will come as 100 one, like you have added 1000 MED on this one, so it will come as 1000 MED, and it can do more things like it can drop the traffic or it can add AS path also. Multiple things can be done. It is a very complicated thing. You have to do first testing, don't do and start on production. And evaluation will end when a BGP route is accepted or dropped. So basically, if it is accepted or rejected, it will like evaluation will be end there only. And BGP routes are accepted if all policy and terms are evaluated and route is in drop. So suppose there is no policy, like it has you have a route, it will go this term, this term, this term. It will go, and at end it will accepted by default. So like BGP routes are accepted if all policy and terms are evaluated and the route is in drop. If there is no drop like there is no drop or reject route, so it will basically be accepted only. Terms aren't evaluated twice for a route in a single exercise of a BGP route policy. So once this term has been done, this will not evaluated once again. It will be evaluated only one time. And BGP route policies evaluation defaults to fail open. Basically, in other words, route that aren't explicitly dropped are accepted during BGP route policy evaluation. We cannot change this behavior. So basically what it is saying, so suppose any routes which are not basically like dropped, like you have not rejected any route, it will be automatically accepted as we have talked above also. But if you want like I don't want this behavior, if I don't have anything in the policy for a specific route, it must be dropped. So for that you get a drop all policy. So basically if your route is not accepted anywhere, at last it will come and will be dropped. And which basically it is also known as failed clause BGP out policy. Basically it has fail open, but we can like do a fail closed also, but we cannot change this behavior fail open. If you want to change, just create a drop like drop our policy also. So this is all BGP policy. So let's go to our demo. I have created all the things before. If you don't know, you can check out my previous videos and let's see how BGP route policies work. So this is my cloud router. As of now, if you go to BGP route policies, I can see there's no route policy, and we cannot create BGP route policies via console. So basically, we are going to have to use like our cloud shell, or yeah, cloud shell only we can use. So what we are going to do as of now, if you go to the cloud router and advertise routes, and if I click on BGP router, so first of all I am going to create an import policy. So if we click on this, like first project, first session, and click on views, like I will check what are the routes we are learning from another end, and click on view. We can see there we are getting two routes, 1.0 and 2.0. So let's go to our VM, and I will log in into this VM, and I will try to ping. Okay, let me click on SSH. So I'm going to ping this IP 1.10, which is in my second project. So I have logged into my VM. Let me ping. If we do ping 192.168.1.10, so we can see we are able to ping it via VPN. So now let's go to log. I have here written a query and I am going to run it so that we can check as of now from which tunnel like traffic is going on. So I've got the logs. Let me and do expand network here. So we can see as of now traffic is going from first project, second tunnel. So what we are going to, so basically I have written the commands in my Visual Studio Code so that I remember. Also I will share the document also from which you get the commands. So as of now, first of all, I have to enable my like Cloud Shell so we can run these commands. So first of all, the first thing which we have to do, let's go to my uh, Visual Studio Code. We have to create the policy. So this is my policy, like G Cloud Compute routers, add route policy, and I have to give my cloud router name. So if you go to here and see cloud router, and so this is my cloud router, first project router. After that, we have to give policy name. Policy name you can give anything. Then we have to give the policy type, whether we are importing or we are doing like export. So I am doing importing, and we have to select the region. So region is my Asia South one. So let's copy this command and let's go back to our Cloud Shell and just click on enter. So we can see policy has been created. Now let's go and just refresh this page so that we can see the policy which has been created. So we can see if there is one policy, my first policy. Let's go inside it. We can see there is no terms, nothing. It is not attached to anything as of now. BGP session has been attached. So now we have to create a policy term. Like policy term basically means what the conditions we need to create. So this is the command gcloud compute routers add router policy term. So if you want to add, you will use add. If you are updating, you have to use this command update. So I'm going to add and I have to provide my router name, first project router, then policy name, then like region, then priority, at which priority you want to put this term, and what is the match. So there are multiple matches which can be used. For this, I want to say if destination is 192.168.1.2/24, action will be dropped. So it will drop the traffic. Like I don't want to import this basically specific route in my route table. So I will just click on enter. We can see it has been updated. Now let's go inside this policy. It will show that you can see action is dropped, destination is this, priority is 100, and it is not attached to anything as of now. So now let's, as we remember, our traffic is going from second tunnel. So let's attach to second tunnel also. So let's see what will happen. So this is my like how to add a policy to BGP session. So we have to write gcloud compute routers update BGP pair. You don't have to use create add BGP pair. If you do add BGP pair, it will be done when you are creating a BGP session. We have already a BGP session. Don't try to do that. It will mess up your configuration. I have done that, so I know it is very complicated, and even you don't know what is happening because at the back end it will also not show like where the session has been gone. If you try to delete also, it will delete, but it will still attach as an orphan. So make sure you are clicking on update if you have a BGP session already there. If you don't have a BGP session already there, then you can use add BGP pair. So I have a BGP session. I will click update BGP pair, my cloud router name, my peer name basically means the BGP session. So if I go to my like cloud router and click on BGP sessions, this is my BGP session, like first project second session which I want to use. I will just using that name only, first project second session. I like after that region, which region it is my session is Asia South one, and after that import policies. I have to provide the import policy name. So I have only one policy. If you have multiple policies, you just give a comma and add multiple policies. Also make sure Suppose you have 10 policy already attached, and if you want to attach a new policy, make sure you run the command putting all the 10 policies name and then put the 11th policy name. If you only put the 11th policy name, it will remove all the 10 policies. So make sure what you are doing. So now let's run this command. We are attaching our second session. So like our session has been updated. Now let's go back here in our cloud routers. Sorry, BGP route policy. Let's go inside it. So we can see BGP second session is there. Now let's go back to our VM. Before that, let me show you one more thing. If we go to advertise routes and if we go to learn routes this time and let's select cloud router. For the first session, let's see what routes we are getting. We are getting two routes, 1.0 and 2.0. And for the second session, we can see while we are getting only one route, 1.0, we are not getting anymore because of that BGP route policies. And if you see, it is after route policies. If I click on this and if I click, so before route policy, I am getting both the routes. But as soon I have enabled the route policies, only one route I am getting. So even if I try to ping the traffic now, let's see, I am able to ping because I have two BGP sessions. Now let's see in the logs from which BGP session our traffic is going on. So I got that traffic. Let's go, let's expand it, and we can see we are getting from first project, first tunnel. As we already know, because we have already like blocked that specific traffic on a specific tunnel, or we can say session also. And if you want to remove a BGP session from like your policy, just come here and update the import policy. If you want a specific one, just name all the things which you want and just remove the name which you don't want. If you want or remove all the policy, just run the command like this. And if you want to remove the policy like this, you can use this also. Now let's try one more thing. Suppose one more thing, let's go back. And as of now, for 2.0, let's ping 2.0 also and see. 2.0 means basically let's go to VM and see which IP it is using 2.7. So let's ping this 2.7. So I'm able to ping. Now let's see which tunnel it is taking this time. So I will go to my raw logs and just update the IP here so that we can know at which tunnel traffic is going on. So we can see we have a, if we go, we can see traffic is going from first project, second tunnel. Because if we know 2.0 is allowed on the second tunnel, so traffic is going on. Now you want that traffic will not go from this tunnel. This is like a backup, all that. Many things can be happen. So what we can do, we can create one more policy or you can add one more term on the same policy. So what I'm going to do, I'm creating one more term. So let's come here and I will create one more policy. So this is my second policy. Same thing which we have done before, like my router name, my policy name, type, and region. And just go here and just click on this, and it will be created. It has been created. Now click on BGP route policy. It will not, like, I don't know why it doesn't click on refresh button. It doesn't show updated data. But route policy has been created. It is not attached to anything, no term count. And in this, what we are going to do, we are setting the MAD value at 2000. So if I know, if you already know what is MAD, if you don't want to check out my previous videos. So we are saying for this specific like a subnet like or your IP range like 2.0/24, we want that MAD will be 2000. MAD is multi-exit discriminator. So if any route has a high MAD, like if two routes are there, one has 100, one added 200, so 200 will be a backup one. So what we are going, we are going adding 2000. So let's go and just click on this. So as of now, if we come here and go to our advertised routes and see what are the MAD as of now, let's click on first project. Let's go to run sessions. Click on view. We can see as of now it is for 558, and for second session also it will be same like 558. That's why it is same. So it will use ECMP like equal cost multi protocol. I think something is like multi-part protocol, something like this to send traffic. It can choose any peer to send traffic, but if you want specific one, we can do that also. Now let's go to and apply this policy to my second session. Same command BGP peer. first project, first session. In this we have to use second session, not first session. So first project, second session, region this. Let's go and let's copy this and let's go and just click on. Let's enter this command. So it has been done. Now let's go back and just click on refresh. So we will see our MED value will be set to 2000. Let's click on refresh. So you can see it has been set to 2000, and you can see we are also able to see 1.0. So I think you already know why this happens, why 1.0 came back, because in previous policy we just removed that, but it has came back. So something goes wrong. So that's what I'm talking about. If we attach a second policy, so we have to put in like comma one. So let me do that. Let's fix this. This is the issue which can happen. So make sure when you are doing this. So let's copy my first policy and let's come back here. Where is gone? Yeah, it is here. So let's put it and put it like this. I want first both policies, so I have to run this. So if I run only one policy name, it will remove previous ones. Make sure if you done this. So let me run this once. So I can see it is updating now. So it is done. Now let's go back and just click on refresh. You can see and data has gone back. Now just try to ping it and let's see what will happen. I think you already know what will happen. It will go with first tunnel because of this MED value. And let's go to first session also and see anything happen there also. No, nothing. It is using 558 only. And that will go to my logs and just check the latest logs. So we got some logs. Let's click on expand and we can see it is using first tunnel. So this is we have seen import policies. Now let's do something related to export also. So for that also I have a tunnel already there. Like sorry, for that also I have a policy. This is my third policy which I'm going to create. So this is my first project router policy is third policy. This time it is export policy. Region is Asia South one. Let's go back to our CLI and just click on enter. And meanwhile it is creating. Let's go back to our BGP route policies. Let me refresh the page only. And I think we can see this time it has third policy. This time type is export. So basically we are exporting the routes on that this policy will take effect. So let's see. So what we'll want like 10.10.10.0/24 we want to drop. We don't want to advertise this specific traffic or route. So let's go to our cloud router as of now. And if I go to advertise routes and click on first router and BGP session, any route session we can see. As of now, 10 dot this route is advertising on the both the sessions. You can see now we want to drop this traffic. So let's copy this and create a policy term. So we have created a policy term and let's see if we go to route policy, go inside it. We can see we have a policy term that is destination you this, so it will drop. Now let's add to a BGP session. So let's attach to our first session. So it will like don't advertise this specific subnet only from this session only. So let's do that. So let me click on enter. And one more thing which we have faced issue here. So if you have export policy, it will not affect your import policy. So for export policy, you have to run here export like we have done here export policies. So if you have 10 policies and you want to add one more policy, put all the 11 policies as I told you, same will happen for like for import, it will be same for export also. It has been added. Now let's go back to our, if we go back also and it is click on refresh, it is we can see it has been attached to our first session. Let's go to advertise one and let's select cloud router once again. Session is first and click on view. Let's refresh. We can see only three routes are there. 10.10.0 which we have added is gone. It is not no more advertising. But on the second session it must be advertising because we have not removed from there. And we can see it is still there. So like this you can do multiple things like how traffic engineering, what you want to do, what you want to block, and If you go to cloud router here also other end also click on advertise routes and click on learn routes on the second router and click on BGP session. In the first session we are getting only three, and if you click on second session we can say we are getting this one. So like this we have identified the both end also. Now you can check out this document. Basically I am taken all the information from here only, create BGP route policies and all that. So this is all the commands you can check out from here, and apply BGP route policy, how to apply, how to create, all the information is there. These are the attribute reference which you can take. What are the options we have, like communities, destination. I have taken more examples like this destination example. All I have taken from here only, and you can check for router also, which router using like Cisco, Juniper in on-prem. I don't have on-prem, so I'm just using on GCP only. And maybe you have communities also. Multiple things in like on-prem router are there. Action attributes like what you want to do, action operation like a SAP drop, next policy, and as path, prepend if you want to prepend the AS path also, and communities you want to add. Multiple things like this will be a deep depth. So basically, if your networking person have what more info like how to use all these things, and like drop traffic, accept traffic, like all these things, MAD set, MAD add, MAD subtract, you all these things you can do. So you can check out this documentation, very good documentation, but it like I think don't have much information, but for someone who has info, like knowledge of cloud router and BGP, it will be helpful for him. Yeah, that's all I think from this video. I've covered like what how BGP route policies work and what the options we have. If you have any questions, suggestions, just comment it down. I will try to help you. I will drop my email ID also. Thank you very much.